Award luncheon. My name is Kelly Roeder-Tonelli, and I'm the Executive Director of Strategic Engagement at JJC. I am so thrilled to see all of you here today, and even more thrilled to be here to celebrate the incomparable Karla Guseman. Let's give her a hand. Start today. That's how we start today. With that, I would like to, on behalf of the Chamber and the Council for Working Women, invite Norris Moffett to the podium here, who will give the invocation.
All right, I'm a little churchy, so if I say amen and all that good stuff, just go with me. All right? All right, so I'm going to do the invocation. I'm going to get out of the way. But first of all, Joliet Township High School, make some noise in this place. Yes. All right. Congratulations to Dr. Karla Guseman. Let us pray. Gracious and loving Father, we gather today in gratitude, thankful for this opportunity to celebrate community, service, and the remarkable leadership that uplifts us all. We recognize the legacy of the ATHENA Award and its meaning, honoring leaders who not only strive for personal excellence, but who dedicate themselves to empowering others, especially women, to fulfill their great potential. Today, we are especially grateful for Dr. Karla Guseman, a shining example of visionary leadership whose integrity, compassion, and tireless service have made an enduring difference in Joliet Township High School and our entire community. May the story of her journey ignite in us a passion for justice, inclusion, and the betterment of all people. Bless this gathering, those who serve and those who support. Guide us to lead with courage, humility, and wisdom, following the example set before us today. May this meal and time together nourish our bodies, minds, and spirits, and remind us to use our gifts in service of others. With hearts full of gratitude, we ask for your blessing on Dr. Guseman and all present, and all whose work makes our community and world better and brighter. Amen.
All right, with that, I'd like to bring up Takara Parker. Takara, where are you? There you are. Takara's here to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail as the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Wow. Everybody give it up once more for Takara and Maurice for starting this event. All right. Wonderful. All right. With that, your lunch is served, and we'll come back shortly to start the program. Thank you. All right, everyone. We are ready to start the program. If I attention, please. Thank you. So the moment that we've all been waiting for is here. We're going to introduce Jen Howard. Everyone knows Jen. Let's give Jen a round of applause for all she does. Thank you. Joliet Chamber of Commerce and Industry President. And I just want to give the Chamber kudos again. And I remember saying this at this very podium last year. The Chamber has been on the cutting edge of celebrating women. If you see in your program, this award was established in 1988, and it was only established internationally in 1981. So think about that. This chamber has been honoring and empowering women like Karla Guseman since 1988, and I think that's something we should all be really proud of. So, here's Jen.
Well, welcome. And before we get started, I'd like to thank Senator Meg Capel, Logren Capel, for joining us today, and also our County Executive, Jennifer Bertino-Terrence. So, welcome, and good afternoon. On behalf of the Chamber Board of Directors, the Chamber staff, and the Council for Working Women, we welcome all of you here to the beautiful Jacob Henry Mansion. We thank you for taking the time out of your day to honor a very special woman. We would like to thank our presenting sponsors who locally help bring you the Joliet Region Chamber of Commerce and Industry ATHENA Award. They are Busey Bank, Darcy Buick GMC, ExxonMobil, and Star 96.7. I would also like to recognize our very active and thriving Council for Working Women at this time. The mission of the Council for Working Women is to advance the interests of women engaged in business professions and service organizations. The Council promotes opportunities for women in the region and support activities which will enhance their capabilities, while acting in unity with the goals and philosophies of the Joliet Region Chamber of Commerce. Over 8,400 leaders have been recognized with the ATHENA Leadership Award in 500 regions, representing 48 states and 11 countries since 1982. Today, we celebrate our 37th Joliet Chamber ATHENA Award. The statue being presented today has intentional meaning. If you have a chance, take a look at it over here. The marble base on the statue represents the recipient's solid foundation. The unique textures of the bronze body of the statue differ on each sculpture. The cut crystals symbolizes the facets of human character. Viewed from various angles, it shows outstretched arms that expresses celebration of achievement and reaching out to others. A last note about the sculpture is that each one is numbered as one of a select edition. So Karla, your number is 8,409, which makes you the 8,409th recipient of the award. ATHENA Award recipients are individuals who have achieved the highest level of professional excellence, contribute time and energy to improve the quality of life for others in the community, and actively assist others, especially women, in realizing their full potential. For the past 36 years, we have announced the full list of past recipients, but because it is growing, what I'd like to do today is announce the over dozen past recipients that we have in the room today. So I ask when I read your name off if you wouldn't mind standing and remain standing. So we will begin with 1990, Linda Phillips. 1993, Deborah Kandati. 1994, Helen Ross. 2000, Sister Mary Frances Seeley. 2002, Maura Gavankar. 2003, Dinah Archambault. 2011, Lisa Morel-Lass. 2012, Jennifer Bertino-Tarrant. 2014, Cheryl McCarthy. 2016, Diane Habiger. 2017, Sue Pritz-Bornhofen. 2018, Jen Howard. 2019, Ines Kutletsa. 2022, Caroline Portlock. 2023, Denise Winfrey. And 2024, Kelly Roeder-Tonelli. Thank you to all of you for being here today. These women I mentioned have lived by the 8 principles of enlightened leadership, which is at the heart of everything ATHENA International stands for. Live authentically and learn constantly. Build relationships and foster collaboration. Act courageously and advocate fiercely. Give back and celebrate. As we honor our 37th ATHENA Award recipient today, it's important to reflect on the many accomplishments and commitments that define Karla's leadership and service to our community. One thing I've come to know about Karla is that she is fiercely loyal, with an unwavering passion for uplifting others, especially women, as they strive to reach their full potential. That passion has been most evident throughout her 24 years of service at Joliet Township High School. For the past 5 years in her role as superintendent, Karla has continued to demonstrate her dedication to advancing, encouraging, and developing others, not just within her administrative team, but throughout the entire district. She is committed to building excellence and confidence in both educators and students at every level. For students who may not see a traditional college path ahead, Karla has expanded the opportunities through programs like the CEO program, the internship collaboration with the Center for Economic Development, and the district's robust career and technical education program. Karla's mindset is one of possibility. In her words, it's never, no, we can't do this. It's always, let's figure out how we can. I've witnessed firsthand her determination to ensure every student is given every opportunity for a successful future. Karla's commitment goes far beyond her title. She has been involved with Joliet Township High School's strategic planning process since it began in 2001, almost the entirety of her career with the district. This long-standing involvement speaks volumes about her dedication to the school system and the wider Joliet community. Her service extends into the community through numerous organizations, including member and past president of the Kiwanis Club of Joliet, Metro Board member of the Greater Joliet Area YMCA, chair of the Joliet Region Chamber of Commerce and Industries Education Committee, and member and past chair of the Three Rivers Education for Employment System. I'm sure there are many that I am leaving out, but she has been a very important part of this community and the organizations. Today, we celebrate a woman who was raised in this community, graduated from Joliet Township High School, began her teaching career here, and now serves as the superintendent. So at this time, I invite our presenting sponsors to the stage, Mayor Terry Darcy of Darcy Buick GMC, Steve Jamnick of Busey Bank, Jim Malin, ExxonMobil, and Jillian Bass of Star 96 FM. And we ask Kelly to return to the podium also. And now please give a warm welcome to our 2025 ATHENA recipient, Dr. Karla Guseman.
This is overwhelming. I first want to start off by thanking Norris Moffitt, Takara Parker. Weren't they amazing? Another round of applause. I also want to thank great partners like Dick and Millie Schuster, who are here recording. They partner so well with us, always at Joliet Township High School, so thank you. So, Jen, members of the Joliet Region Chamber of Commerce, colleagues, elected officials, friends, family, and distinguished guests, what an incredible honor. As I was reflecting on this award, it's more than a trophy. It is a symbol of our shared mission to create a world where every woman has the chance to realize her full leadership potential. As an educator, I did a little research after my son Nate called to congratulate me. He said it was awesome that I got the same award as Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I'm not going to tell him she got the Global Leadership Award, because when your kid finds similarities between you and the notorious RBG, you just bask and smile in that for a while. I am also truly honored to be joining such an outstanding group of ATHENA Award recipients from our community. Can we please give them another round of applause? This award, named for the Greek goddess of wisdom, courage, and strategic warfare, was founded in 1982 by Martha Mertz with a clear and powerful purpose. The ATHENA Award isn't just about celebrating personal excellence. It's about honoring leaders, both women and men, who actively assist others, particularly women, in reaching for the stars. It's about embodying the principles of enlightened leadership, including authentic self, giving back, courageous acts, and fierce advocacy. While I'm truly honored to be recognized today, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge my JTHS team and Board of Education members who are here to celebrate with me. The work our staff does with students embodies this award. Can I please have our JTHS team, past and present, and Board of Education members who are here today stand and be recognized for what they do each and every day. If you know me, you've probably heard me say that working in a school is not easy, but it is immensely important. Educators are not only impactful to every single student, but are foundational to all professions that exist or will exist in the future. It's vital that we continue to recognize education as the noble profession it is. As I work with our new administrators or aspiring leaders, I share that leadership is not easy, and to remain effective, you must continue to work and grow as a leader. When I was reflecting on my own leadership journey, I thought about the people and experiences that have had the most profound impact on me. First, I had the benefit of wonderful role models and unyielding support from my parents and grandparents. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents growing up. My mom's parents, Charles and Clara Ann Woolard, were both born and raised in Southern Illinois. My grandpa retired from Joliet Central High School in 1982 after 29 years of service as a teacher, guidance counselor, and administrator. I remember going to Joliet Central preschool program when I was little and thinking, wow, this is a beautiful campsite. Later, I was placed there for student teaching and never left. My grandmother was a retired teacher, principal, and Will County Regional Office of Education Assistant Superintendent. The time I spent with them greatly influenced me. They not only showed me what a career in education looked like, but it also made me feel important and loved every day. My dad's parents, Dolores and Glenn Narducci, were born and raised in Joliet. I spent a great deal of time with them as well, especially my grandmother. While my other grandparents took me camping in and out of state, she took me all over Joliet to see her sisters and friends and to church picnics at St. Cyril's and other events. She also took me on a lot of walks that almost also resulted in a trip to Frosty Tips. Almost every Sunday, we had dinner with my aunts, uncles, and cousins, and my family would agree there was no better meal than my grandma's spaghetti. Spending so much time with all my grandparents, I was able to see how much love each of them poured into their families and how my grandmother, Clara Ann, navigated her family in a career in education. My parents, and I'm not looking at them on purpose, Paula and Tom Narducci were also born and raised in Joliet and graduated from Joliet Central High School. I watched my mom go back to school to get her computer science degree and work for Oregon National Laboratory. She traveled to U.S. military bases, both foreign and domestic, and had Pentagon clearance. I had strong women as role models, and I got to see every day. My dad is the hardest working person I know and still is. He's home for 3 days and has done all the chores. He worked his way up from sweeping coal at the ComEd station in Rockdale to being a quality control inspector at the Braidwood Nuclear Power Plant. And while he retired after 37 years of service, he continues to do quality control at our house when he's home. Additionally, I was introduced to sports and various activities very young. My dad coached me and my brother in grade school. He may have been a little harder on me than the other girls on the basketball team, because in our household, boys and girls were treated the same and the expectations were no different. In fact, my dad did most of the cooking while we were growing up. I was taught early on that I could do and be anything, and I wanted, and there was no specific things that men or women had to do or couldn't do. This is not the message that all girls and women receive. So I want to say thank you to my mom and dad. Thank you for making me believe I could do anything, and for flying home this week to see your 49-year-old daughter get an award. As I look out into this room, I see the values of Athena reflected in so many faces. We as a community must consistently champion a vision of inclusive leadership. Today, I want to take a moment to reflect on what that award means to me, both personally and professionally, and to talk about the road we are on together. The journey to leadership for women has been and continues to be a challenging one. While research from organizations like the American Psychological Association show that women in leadership can significantly increase productivity and improve collaboration and inspire a more dedicated workforce, we still hold only a fraction of executive roles. We are often the only female in the room, consistently working to prove our competence and navigating subtle biases that question our ambition and abilities. Many women in leadership positions in this room most likely have been asked during an interview how they plan to balance their personal or family responsibilities with their professional responsibilities, while men do not get asked the same question. A well-known Hewlett-Packard internal report found that men will apply for a job when they meet just 60% of the qualifications, while women often feel they need to meet 100% of them. This is a powerful illustration of the confidence gap that many women face, including me. I am not saying men should approach new opportunities differently. I'm saying we should, ladies. Bravo to men for their confidence when it comes to new opportunities. But ladies, we need to be aware of this programming in our brains and take steps to do the same as our male colleagues. Our daughters, nieces, and female students need to see us in these positions so they are empowered to do the same. When I started my career as a science teacher, the idea of being a superintendent wasn't even on my radar. In fact, someone had to tap me on the shoulder to apply for every single administrative position I've had. As my path evolved, I had great mentors, both men and women, who helped me build my confidence and leadership skills. I learned that my experiences, including the unique perspective of being a mother in a demanding career, were not a weakness, but a strength. I learned to lean on my support system, my family, my friends, my team, who remind me that the balance isn't about perfection, but about the beautiful, imperfect rhythm of life. I want to thank two men who were instrumental in me being hired at Joliet Central, Jack Fleming and Tony Contos. Jack was my first department chair and was always checking in on me. Tony basically took my teaching portfolio and wouldn't give it back until I was hired at Joliet Central. And he also provided me with a lot of leadership opportunities early on in my career. Both men taught me that while supervisors should provide you with goals for improvement, more importantly, true leaders provide support and guidance and make you feel welcome and that you are an essential part of the team. I also want to talk about two of my female mentors. Mary Gatis, who unfortunately passed away very recently, was my first female supervisor at Joliet Central. She was a fierce advocate for her teachers and students. When I returned from maternity leave with my second son, she let me use her office to pump. If you don't know what that is, ask a friend. She left her office twice a day so that I could have a locked room near my classroom. I cannot tell you how much that meant to me as a young teacher and mother. For over a decade, I got to see daily what a strong female leader looks like from Dr. Cheryl McCarthy. Her selecting me as assistant superintendent is one of the reasons I'm superintendent today. I was very apprehensive about applying for the superintendent position because she did it so well. Like most women, I questioned whether I could do the job, but I decided to go for it. What you might not know is that I was not selected to be the superintendent when Dr. McCarthy was set to retire. While that experience is not one I would want to relive, not getting the position was probably one of the most impactful experiences on my leadership journey. Cheryl was the first person I called when I got the bad news. I might have even told her before I told my husband. She never wavered in her support for me. Thank you, Cheryl. The hardest part about not getting the position was figuring out how to tell my kids. I always want my kids to be proud of me. I wanted them to still recognize that hard work pays off, even if you don't get chosen or win. At the time, Tyson was 19, Nate was 15, and Teo was 11. I tried to share comparisons, as I was lesson planning for this discussion, with their own experiences, reminding my sons about not making the hockey team they wanted, and my daughter, who was a dancer, about not getting the solo she desired. My message was that even when you're not selected for something, it does not make you a failure. At the conclusion of my talk or lesson, as they would probably call it, I asked them if they understood, and the boys shook their head yes, probably to just get away from me as soon as possible. And my daughter looked at me, cocked her head, and said, "Yes, I understand that you're better at not getting a solo than me, because I'm still not okay with it." Her statement, and if you know her, she would still say that now, her statement made me laugh, and it still does. I often reflect on it and what it means. It means I've learned to not let my failures define me. I could go on and on about the challenges that have made me, as my daughter put it, better at not getting a solo. But I think the more important takeaway for me is that I am extremely proud of how I handled that situation, because I truly got to see what I was made of, both personally and professionally. I continue to not only do my job, but work to ensure the district didn't miss a beat with the transition. While that is a story for another day, that experience also made me realize that I had not always advocated for myself at times in the way that I should have, and that is something I'm pretty good at doing currently. I hope that is something I'm supporting others in doing as well. I am a proud product of the Joliet community, and my work has always been rooted in a deep love for the place and its people. For 26 years, I've been part of Joliet Township High School, an organization home to some of the most dedicated and brilliant educators and most wonderful students that exist. Since becoming superintendent, I've made it a personal and professional priority to lift others up, including the women around me, both inside and outside JTHS. It's a statistical reality that women are underrepresented in leadership. But at JTHS, we continue to change that narrative. As one of only several female superintendents in Will County, and I had to change this part, ladies, my goal is to help ensure that more of us are at the table in the future. That being said, I want to thank my fellow female superintendents in Will County, Teresa, Carrie, Frankie, Kathleen, Lori, Tamala, and Rachel, for being a strong female role model that our teachers and students need to see, and thank them for all changing their conference plans and being here today. And then Paul, being the lone male at the table, thank you. In my 5 years as superintendent, we have hired or promoted 24 women to administrative leadership positions, and over half of those women are women of color. Currently, 50% of our leadership team is women, and I'm proud of that. This wasn't about meeting a quota. It was about seeking out and elevating the very best candidates who also happen to be women. By creating an environment where women can thrive, we build a stronger, more vibrant, and more representative organization for all of our students and staff. My professional accomplishments, from championing the CEO and the CED summer internship program to improving our student graduation rates to the highest levels achieved to date at both schools, were not achieved as solo efforts by one leader. They are a result of deep collaboration and an unwavering commitment to our students from our staff as well as our community partners, many of you who are in the room today. Our schools are only as strong as the community that surrounds them. I am deeply grateful for your relationships with me and JTHS. These partnerships are essential threads that hold our community together. Thank you. To be recognized with an award that celebrates not just what you've done, but how you've lifted others is the greatest honor of all. My hope is that women I've had the privilege to mentor will one day be up on the stage, paying it forward to the next generation. The work is never finished. We must continue to be fierce advocates for ourselves and for each other. To the Joliet Chamber, Thank you for being a leader in this community and for recognizing the importance of female leadership. Thank you to all my community partners and friends for the support you give me, JTHS, and most importantly, our students. Thank you to our JTHS Board of Education for supporting the work we do with our students. And thank you to Michelle Stiff and Lorraine Guerrero-Numair for taking time out of your very busy schedules to be here today. Thank you again to my JTHS team for being the hardest working, most passionate educators and leaders that exist. Special thank you to Christine, Shad, Takara, Diane, and Islandis for your leadership at your campuses and on your teams. We do this work together and you are amazing at what you do. For 13 years, Tanya Rico, Laura Heck, Christine Schlishman, and I all have at least one student at JTHS until this year. And I am so thankful for all the support they have given me in my roles at JTHS and as my most important role as a mom. I cannot put into words how thankful and blessed I am to have them working with me and supporting the work we do every day. They are truly amazing. My kids could not be here today because Ty is in his first year teaching 6th, 7th, and 8th grade at Cheney Manji. Nate and Taylor are away at Michigan State and U of I. They are all thriving and proud alumni of JTHS, and I could not be more proud to be their mom. While they could not be here today, I want to thank them for being okay with my crazy schedule, waiting for me to get off the phone, and allowing me to drag them to so many events like Kiwanis Peanut Days, just so that I could spend time with them and for always knowing they're the most important people in my life. Diamond, Ty's fiance, who is also a proud Joliet Central alum, is a paramedic in LaGrange Park and is representing all my kids, and I'm so proud of her as well. Thank you to Jake, my oldest nephew, for being here. He's taking his first class at JJC, and we're all so proud of him. Lisa, thank you, my sister-in-law, who is an awesome mom and makes being the mom of triplets look easy. When I think of situations with my kids and what to do, I often think of the two most wonderful moms I know and ask myself, what would Tanya or Lisa do? To my parents, Tom and Paula, thank you again for flying home and for being the best parents anyone could ask for. To my brother Matt, thank you for challenging me almost daily and checking in on me almost daily. I am proud to have you as my brother. To my mother and father-in-law, Jim and Kathy, thank you for welcoming me into your family and for the support you've provided to me, Dave, the kids, and Hazel for the last 3 decades. And most importantly, to my husband, Dave, who has done anything and everything over the last 28 years to support me and our kids so that we could reach our dreams and destinations, even when it means your dreams took a back seat. When we had a baby earlier than expected, you did not continue with your graduate school program and became a carpenter so I could go into my master's program to be a teacher. 9 years after that, we found out we were pregnant with our last child, and I was early on in my administrative career, and he made another career change so that he had the flexibility to take Taya to daycare and preschool so I could start my day with less stress. Thank you for your unconditional love and support, for being the best husband and father I know, and for being my absolute best friend. I am not here today without you. Lastly, to all the women in the room and all the men who champion them, let us continue to rise, and as we do, let us always lift others as we climb. Thank you.
Wipe my eyes a little bit after that, Karla. How lucky are we to have Karla Guseman in our community? Truly, truly. And hopefully for many more decades to come, right? This is officially the end of our program. Thank you all so much for being here. I mean, what an uplifting, inspirational moment for us all to share and celebrate with Karla. So this marks the end of the program. Thank you all for being here, and if I could just ask all of the Athena recipients in the room to stay for a group photo, that would be helpful. Thank you, and everyone have a wonderful afternoon.